the breaking year in my global reach and mission was the year 2013, because I had become millionaire a few years earlier with my gold and silver businesses. In the beginning of 2013, my age was 32, and I was married and I had one small kid, and I was in the position to spend the time to see to the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and see how it is going to play out. Because new asset class is only born every 500 years or so. So the last time a new asset class was born happened approximately during the time of Renaissance, when stock became publicly traded among people. So, well, ever since that, nothing new had been created in financial innovations. So when Bitcoin was created, it was a new asset class because it had fundamentally different parameters from the others, because it is both virtual and trustless, meaning it doesn't have a counterparty. Because typically the trustless things are physical. So like this one doesn't have a counterparty. It means that when I have this in my hand, it's nobody's liability. It's only my asset. It's nobody's liability. You know, it's actually a big thing, because if I have this in my hand, what's the difference? The difference is that this is a piece of paper. It says the coin shop will pay to the bearer on demand the sum of 100,000 gli or $1 in pre-1964 US silver coin. So obviously this is still my asset, but it is at the same time somebody's liability. It's CoinShop's liability. If CoinShop doesn't deliver, then this is worthless. So, like this, okay, it is piece of paper, so it's kind of physical, but essentially it is virtual, as promises are virtual. This one is physical. So the cool thing with Bitcoin, what makes it a new asset class, is that at the same time it is virtual, yet it is no one's liability. Such a thing has never existed in the recorded official history until Bitcoin. So that made it cool, and it made it cool to realize it in the year 2013. Because, you know, it is kind of home run before it even happened, because you see, when something is going to change the world and it is monetized and it has a value, and the value when it has changed the world is much bigger than the value at which you can buy into it, then you should do it. So this is the thing that I copied from Bitcoin to the kingdom. What is the value of the kingdom at the moment? Like the market cap?
Around 6 million.
Yeah, it's around 6 million euros. What's the market cap of Bitcoin?
200 million. How much is 200 million?
Yeah, it's 200 billion. So it means that Bitcoin at the moment is like, let's say conservatively, it is about 25,000 times bigger. You know, but when we started, the difference was even bigger. I remember writing financial reports that Bitcoin is 200,000 times bigger. So actually, compared to Bitcoin, we have made great progress. Our market cap at its lowest was less than €1 million. Now it's already 6 million. And what is going to happen to it when we grow?
It's going to rise.
Yes.
Exponentially.
Yes, because it is part of the it's part of the seed, like part of the, how to say, the core code that we have built into the kingdom. The code that was built into Bitcoin as well. The mathematical parameters of Bitcoin have been chosen so that one Bitcoin is going to rise in value. And we have done the same thing. it is not always that some system is designed so that it will rise in value, but if it is designed so, then it will. It is not like witchcraft, or actually it kind of is, because the witchcraft has already happened. We have already designed the system so that it will rise in value. So now it is only the matter of people like, you know, learning about it and confirming, realizing it, that it is in fact true. So, you know, don't take example from me. I heard about Bitcoin in 2009. So how long did it take for me to realize all these things? 4 years. The train had already left the station and it was steaming ahead like full speed. Bitcoin was already like, to be honest, some of the things about Bitcoin I only realized when it was already like $30. And I had been following it since the beginning. So as one GLI is, or let's say one Valta is now 0.01 euros. Bitcoin also used to be 0.01 euros. So you know, if you don't get it now, if you only get it in 4 years, you're gonna pay much more for getting the same number. What my mentor said when we were in Silver Club and he was buying bitcoins. When you check back the Bitcoin price history, you can see the moments when he hit enter, because it's seen in the global price history. The same way as Neo is creating the global Valta price history by his actions. So same way, my friend was sitting next to me and generating Bitcoin's price history, and I was also generating Monero's price history in 2014-15. I was telling people that okay, now I'm buying, and then you know the 6 spikes in Monero's price, 4 of them are my making, and but not the big one, that was somebody else. Actually, I think the big one was generated when they finally finished selling the Moneros that they stole from me, because it took a long time to acquire those Moneros, like several months, and then it was stolen in one go. So like if they sold through the exchange, which I didn't know or don't know, it might have taken a few months and suppressed the price for that year until Monero was able to rise again. Or something, because the amount of Moneros that was stolen from me was so large. It was out of the stock of Moneros that then existed, it was like 7%. So when you put it into perspective, it would be the same thing as somebody getting access to 22 million Valta and then just, you know, throwing them to the market. It would actually affect the price. And Valta markets or Kingli markets in general, they are very, very centralized and very like open and transparent, and all these things add liquidity to the markets, and that is intended so that the markets would function well. Monero markets are none of the above, because Monero's the principle of Monero is that it is a darkness coin, so that people shouldn't have access to the information about like what you're doing with your money, and they don't. And for that reason there is no trust in the market.